Regional Greater Johannesburg Conference have been allegedly found at a house in Pretoria. The EMCA ballot papers are believed to be linked to the controversial conference that elected Loyiso Masuku as regional chair and saw the defeat of current Johannesburg Mayor Dada Morero. Officials from the ANC Secretary General's office and police are on the scene. And for more on this, let's now cross live to SABC News politics reporter Samkele Maseko, and he's currently for us in Pretoria this evening. Now, Samkele, of course, very controversial developments coming out this afternoon, and you locating where these investigations are taking place, and that pertains to those ballot papers of the ANC's Johannesburg conference.
Indeed, Mbali, the ANC's Greater Johannesburg conference regional ballot papers have been found by the police at this particular home belonging to the EMCA agency owner who was running the elections on behalf of the African National Congress. I'm just going to move with my colleague, Mr. Ntate Thulo Munare, just to show you that the police from Garsfontein police station were at the scene with the ANC elections, with the ANC head of elections within the province was running the elections, with also the SGO office. The police arrived at the scene. They were at the gate. The head of the owner of the home, the owner of the elections agency, called the head of the elections within the province of the ANC in Gauteng to say there are people, there are police outside her home. What should she do? In the guest house next door, the police were then able to gain access and jump over to the home where they found the owner of the agency behind these walls here. I'm just going to ask my colleague Thulo Munare to show you. We'll be showing you these visuals. We do know that our video editors are working on turning around the footage. Behind this barrier wall, behind me, there's a vegetable garden. There where the ballot papers were. She was hiding them there in a black plastic bag. She tried to run and throw them away. The police jumped over from this particular fence from the house next door, jumping over to gain access to get this particular evidence of the ballot papers that we are now showing you on our right-hand side, with the head of ANC security there with a power bank looking onto with the police going through the ballot papers of the regional conference of the Greater Johannesburg region. My colleague Natasha Piri did also doorstop the president of the African National Congress, Cyril Ramaphosa, now at the ANC NEC Lekgotla, who said he was not aware. He will have to be thoroughly briefed, and this matter has to be dealt with swiftly and investigated by the African National Congress, saying that it is concerning that these ballot papers were found in an individual's home because they were meant to be in storage at a storage facility in Sandton in Johannesburg, but they are not there. They are instead at this particular individual's home, saying that the contractual obligations of an elections agency stipulates that the ballot papers must not be stored in a home, must be stored in a safe storage, safekeeping area, but that was not adhered to at this point in time, Mbali. And the regional conference has been cast in. The provincial secretary Hope Papo complaining about the regional, the owner of the elections agency, to the particular contending candidate at that particular point in time, who was then elected, Loyiso Masuku, in that detailed letter that he sent to the Secretary General's office of the African National Congress and to that of the provincial secretary Hope Papo. But Fikile Mbalula, we did on Tuesday, where he said that there was no investigation in Johannesburg, there's no crisis in Johannesburg, but the police led them here, and ultimately the ballot papers are now being seized when the ANC says the ballot papers were not meant to be at this particular home.
All right, Samkele, thank you so much for the latest update. And as you heard there, Samkele, talking about this conference which took place last year in the Johannesburg region of the ANC, also bringing in now our reporter. She's at the ANC's Lekgotla in Boksburg, Natasha Piri. Now, Natasha, we saw you a bit earlier on speaking to the president of the ANC pertaining to this breaking news coming in. Maybe just take us through in terms of the reaction that you are getting from where you are at the moment.
Well, thank you so much, Biden, to our viewers. Of course, we managed to get ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa as he was walking back into plenary, of course, to close off the Lekgotla, and he had said that it was the first time that he actually heard of the matter. Mbali, he will await a full report, process it, and then come back to us as members of the media. But of course, before that, we had tried to get a hold of the Johannesburg mayor and former chair of the ANC, who wrote that complaint to the provincial task team of Gauteng, raising issues around the conflict of interest in regards to the elections agency, saying that Noluthando White actually worked under the office of the MMC and failed to declare that, herself. And of course, we were told that the regional leadership of the ANC will not be commenting on this matter. Province, in the form of Hope Papo, will have to respond to the matter. He's in plenary just after this, as members of the media, we just camped here outside, waiting to go inside. And once they give us the green light, of course, that is when ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa will close off today Lekgotla, and then Mbali hopefully will get those reactions. But it's still fresh. ANC members haven't spoken to ANC leadership, in the region on this various matter, as some have not found out. I think some are actually finding out right now as we speak to you on air. So, of course, those reactions are expected to follow afterwards.
Thank you so much for that update. And that's our reporters there, Samkele Maseko, as well as Natasha Apiri, giving us the latest update pertaining to those papers which have been found at a home in Pretoria.